Hey everybody, it's Brad Pierce. I love to highlight some of my favorite local businesses on my show, Beverages with Brad. Well, I know the last 10 months have been brutal on these business owners and their staff, so I wanted to sit down with a few of them to get their perspective.
Of course, I'm not the only one. I'm still thankful. I'm still operating and open. It's not as easy as it used to be. It's getting more difficult as we go. And it seemed like we're getting deeper and deeper and more restrictions. And this, of course, affects everybody.
Everyone is at a breaking point, and it's a struggle. I mean, you have small business owners like myself, and I'm fielding phone call after phone call after, from people from the community. I'm listening about hearing their frustrations with government closing. You have iconic restaurants like Gracie's closed, Blackie's, places that I have grown to love. We're having to cut shifts on a daily basis for our employees here around the holiday season. And these are tough conversations that certainly keep every single business owner awake at night.
We're predominantly an event venue that does weddings, charities, gallery events, live music, comedy shows, book clubs. We're very supportive within our community and the local arts, and we haven't been able to do the majority of that. We've been reduced down to the bare minimum restaurant and dining options, which has decreased our sales by at least 80%, while our expenses relatively stay the same.
It started from, I would say, March of 2020. I noticed a decrease of probably like 33%. And in the last few weeks, I noticed a drop of 25% on the top of the 30%.
We feel in the restaurant community, specifically as a restaurant owner, that we've done everything in our power to make sure that our restaurants are safe. We've obviously invested tens of thousands of dollars in plexiglass, social distancing our tables, taking it outside, wiping down tables, bringing on additional COVID-related hosts that are specific to making sure that masks are being worn, giving out masks for those that don't have it. We've done everything that's been asked upon us as a community, and we still feel like we're being targeted as a super spreader.
I don't really have an answer, but to be honest, they're not helping as much as they thought they would do, or they're not giving the support. Everybody see on the TV and shows they're giving grants, they're giving loans, and I don't think this is frustrating going through this, the process of applying for a loan or getting a grant. And even if they give you with a minimum interest rate, but it's still a loan, it's still money I have to pay back. And if I don't have it, how am I going to pay back? It's
been a struggle. We've seen other states like Vermont and many other states throughout the country release that CARE Act funding, and they didn't leave it to the end of the year. And then for restaurants and other small businesses that are affected through this pause, to basically only have a week to apply and to see the limited amount of people that have applied. And as I talked to them throughout the community, asking them, why didn't you apply? They just thought the process was too frustrating. They've already lost trust in government. They've already lost trust in the system.
So I would be lying if I didn't say I broke down in tears at least once or twice over the applications. I think the first few rounds, you required a PhD. I've come to understand that people with a really great accounting background in their business have been successful. I have not been that successful with the application processes myself. We've received very little funding.
Then in the meantime, the restriction on the loan itself, you can use it in a certain way. You cannot do any business improvements, if you cannot do buy new equipment or whatnot, because they give you the money for to recover from the impacts out of the pandemic, which is still vague. Every time I talk to my accountant, I talk to someone, how can I use the money? How can I spend the money? They said, oh, there's certain rules and restrictions. If you not use it that way, you're gonna be penalized. But these rules, it's still vague. Nobody understands what it is exactly.
And the crazy paperwork trail that they make you pursue in order to get this funding, I get it. You need credibility, but at the same time, I feel like it's disconnected them from the actual businesses. If they wanted to help genuinely, they would come down and look at my gas bill. You want to see my gas bill? It's $10,000. Like, help the businesses. Don't issue another 46 question application that's almost impossible for 99% of business owners to understand and fill out on their own.
I think it's very frustrating as a restaurateur to walk into a mall and to see Black Friday happen and to see malls packed, and we're still in a pause. So when we here in the restaurant community are limited to 33% capacity or 50% capacity, it's less about the capacity, it's more the fear factor now of people going to restaurants.
So I don't see how we're gonna get out of this. I hope that we're on the right track, and hopefully soon things get back to normal.
Parents are exhausted, small businesses are exhausted, healthcare professionals are exhausted, we're all exhausted. And what could we do differently to make a change? We need to be heard. We need to be listened to. We need to see our leaders with us fighting the battles day by day. And in doing so, if we feel like we're heard, we're gonna trust again, and hopefully we can all unify together to get through this virus.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. Of course, support local businesses. They are battling right now. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the little notification bell for future content. Thanks again.